ball's back. The Texans and Chiefs, 2020 season underway. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And for the Texans here, you wonder just how long it's going to take to get over the loss to the Chiefs in the postseason last year in the divisional round. Yeah, the Texans had a 24-0 lead on the road. Normally you'd consider that ball game, but not when Patrick Mahomes is on the other side of the field, as those Chiefs rallied back to win one of 3 times in those playoffs where they trailed by double digits and came back to get the victory. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
He's getting a clear.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run. It's Gore. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Watson off play action. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Hitchens there on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Hey, stop that now. You heard me? You hear me, Kat? We're doing that.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Faking the give. Now Watson out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
And it's third down.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll get this underneath to David Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
Yeah, you can go for it.
I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Finding fouls complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. They go back to the ground with Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. We're scoreless after 1. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Gore. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's going to take off with it.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
What are you doing?
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Now Gore. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. And I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. So on 4th down. Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now left side on the swing pass. Shoves it off at the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce there to make the grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
All-pro tight end Travis Kelce had 97 catches last year in the regular season on his way to a Super Bowl title with Kansas City. And while he's a weapon anywhere on the field, as you get closer to the end zone, you really have to look out. Witness what he did in the playoffs. 3 touchdown catches against Houston in the divisional round, and a big one in the Super Bowl against San Francisco, which keyed Kansas City's comeback.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. Watkins. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
First and 10 at the Texans' 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this one's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Watson on first down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Watson. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. It's third down and 15.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Watson dancing to his left. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. A final shot before the break. Watson. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 75 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
For Mecole Hardman, I mean, he was the only guy with 2 of the top 10 fastest runs in all of 2019, and he's showing that that was no fluke. He was moving there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson forced out to his left. Open man, the tight end fails. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll run it with Gore. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Spike the ball.
Here's Watson. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the 1st thanks to a flashy little spin move. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Johnson. Down right around the 25.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is
Come here, Kyle.
read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looks like one of those guys.
Come here, baby. What's the matter? Kennedy, I don't want to hear this. No, come here. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
On third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Kennedy, let me go in her room, because that's why she squeezed me. No, I heard.
Kennedy, I don't want to hear this. Go into your room. So you ain't let her in your room. So you gonna try to come out and tell me you heard her.
And he'll go down.
Go on back upstairs. Go on back upstairs.
Faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Go down, sit down, baby.
First down carry here for Johnson. Oh, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Complete to Duke Johnson. First and goal, Houston.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. First and goal. The penalty. It's goal. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Watson now to throw. And this is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This likely a must-have. Third and goal. Operating from the gun. Watson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here now, the first NFL carry for the LSU man. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
On second down, run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
2. Brings up third and 5.
Now here's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
Mahomes
It's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Watson steps away to his left. He'll run it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. The ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field. I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Gore. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans get a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Texans 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
I don't know.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Yeah.
And this is really the start
It's
to
a
the
good
season.
game, man.
If you're a coach or a player, they've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. And he'll get this up to the
Yeah, I picked up on it.
line. first play of the drive going for 14 and also going
I had picked up on it, but it's all good, man. All what it is, well, man.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game.
I'll catch you around, man. We'll play again.
Last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Nah, but if you made the playoff, we might play again, and then you know how that stuff go, man.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
It's just special. You can just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it. Then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.